Okay guys, I've just received my package from Sideshow. It's the Beetlejuice figure, supposedly. I ordered the two set. I ordered the figure and I ordered the tombstone, but unfortunately I don't think I've got the tombstone, or I don't think I've got the figure. I don't think both of them can fit into this tiny box. It's quite narrow, it's not very big at all. So I'm going to open it, have a quick look and see what I've got inside. As you can remember, this the head sculpt on this thing was lampooned fiercely, and in all honesty I wasn't a big fan of it either, but I was hoping during the process they would realise that the fans didn't like the head sculpt and they would go with a new one and they would submit it once it was released, but it doesn't seem to have ended that way. Okay, let's have a quick look. There's the box. There's the side. There's the back with a snake decoration on the back. It's very neon. It says 6 scale. So I don't know if this is the figure or if it's actual the tombstone. But I don't think I've got the tombstone. So where the fuck is that? And the problem is as well, is if they're sending it separately, that means I'm going to have to pay import taxes on the tombstone separately as well. And this was like 50 quid for the import taxes anyway, and it's definitely not worth the money I paid for it. But we'll open it up, we'll have a look, because you never know. These things can surprise you when you actually look at them in real life rather than all the promo photos. Sometimes they can disappoint even more severely. The neon sort of purpley colour I'm not a big fan of. I preferred like a black and white style. There it is. Clamshell. Here lies Beetlejuice. Ah, no, I don't think it does have the statue in it. If it doesn't have a statue, it doesn't look like it, does it? Ah, I'll be well pissed off. I've got to pay import taxes on the statue as well, separately, because they show that separately boxed. I thought I would get a 2-pack, or at least just a bigger box with the 2 small boxes inside anyway. There you go. So it's a side normal clamshell, and you've got this slip sleeve cover on it. Let's undo it. I think the main gripe everyone was saying about it was the expression. It doesn't feel very Beetlejuicy. It looks like, well, I'll pull it out and I'll tell you what it looks like. There's the clamshell. Let's have a look at this figure in the flesh. Get this bad boy out. Oh, there's more hands than I thought there would be. Hang on. Ah, does have that new figure smell though. You know that nice little new figure chemical smell you can get on a lot of your figures. Yeah, it has that very strongly. Woo! Okay, let's have a look. Let's bust that open there. Can you see him? So I've got to keep coming back to the camera every so often to look, because it's very difficult for me to see this all the time and actually be able to film without knowing. Here's my fucking head. Here's my big bulbous head. Okay. Can we see that? Let's bring him in close. There's the head sculpt. See that? Yeah, look at that head sculpt. Fucking hell. People were saying about his surprised look. See that? It looks like he's gone to his doctors, and his doctors had to check his prostate. But while checking his prostate, Beetlejuice has realised that the doctor still has both his hands on his shoulders. You know, what the fuck is that? It's a little... He's more surprised or a little weirded out than sort of like the devilishly misbehaving Beetlejuice we know. And that was the main problem. In fact, a few people on the forum just changed the eyebrows to make them a bit more pointed, a bit more Michael Keaton-y, and it worked a lot better. Let's have a look at the boots. Get my fat head out of the way. Boot sculpt is alright though. It's quite nice. Slightly weathered, a bit faded. I mean, I'm only doing the unboxing and doing a quick show and tell, guys. I'm not going to be going into a full-on review on this guy. Not that any of you give a shit anyway. Most of you didn't order this. And I don't blame you. He's sort of looking to the... What the fuck? It looks like he just sat on a bicycle without a seat. Huh? Stands up okay though. You can't get his head up very much. It sort of pulls back down again. Get up there, you fat fuck. Got a little bit of padding around the belly. It's not as bad though. As you can see, it does have a little bit of padding, but not as much as they showed in the prototype. A lot of people were saying like, oh, he didn't have a belly, or he does have a belly. Lots of people have been arguing, but he's got a mid paunch, but it's not massive. In a lot of the film, you can barely see it. But there's a little bit of a paunch there, and there's padding in there, and I can feel it. So that might take a couple of minutes to pad out. One of my main concerns was when they were showing the pictures was the stitching on the back, and yeah, you can see it. It's that middle stripe. At least there's a bit of black in mine. A lot of people shown theirs, and the whites, there's just one really big white line down the middle, double-sided. But at least mine's got a little bit of a stripe in there. The suit doesn't feel as thick and as bulky as I thought it would be. It's still a little bit thick and a little bit bulky, but it's not as thick and bulky as everyone said it was going to be. And it goes with the most, babe. Alright, so I can't do a fucking Michael Keaton impression. He's just doing a robot now for all you guys. This is the exclusive. The Book of the Recently Deceased, which I don't think should be an exclusive. It should be coming with every fucking figure. Because how do you have Beetlejuice without the Book of the Recently Deceased? Or diseased, as Alec Baldwin says. I've got this hand here. That's in the front of the box. Got this hand here. There we go. And those are in the front, which they were showing in the actual prototypes. But then you get this. It's an extra set of hands in the second layer. And there's the typical, I think it's typical stand you get with most of these Sideshow figures now. Plain, nothing on it. Oh, hang on, I'll try and shine it on. If you can see, there's a very slight Beetlejuice logo on there. You see that? I don't think you got that with the Deadpool anyway. I couldn't tell. And then you get this is supposedly an exclusive, the nail file hand. Again, these should be standard. You should get these with every single one. I think anyway. And then we have, I think this is like a trigger finger hand. What do you have? Do you think Beetlejuice needs a gun? Looks very trigger fingery. Could be holding something, but then there's a normal fist, a slightly open fist holding hand. The application of the paint's not so bad. Slight greening all over it. if you can see that. Forgive the lighting in here, guys. I'm not a professional, I don't do this for a living, I don't have all these lovely light boxes and big light reflecting umbrellas and all that kind of lovely shit that a lot of these YouTubers have. I'm just a normal guy doing gonzo style filming on the fly. But you see he's always got the ring on, which is nice. And then you get this sort of green miscolouring on the hands. It's all painted, it doesn't look 3D, but he does have the spiked nails. And then the last one. Some of these are slightly redder than others. Don't know if you can see, but there's this one, and I'll try and hold this up as well, but they might both show up same colour. Yeah, I don't think you can see the colour there, but this one's a little bit pinker around the fingers than this one. It's only you can see it in a physical form, it's not very obvious on the camera. I'll try and move that across, and that's it. I'm a little bit pissed actually, because now that they've sent out the Beetlejuice figure, they've definitely sent him out, but I haven't got the tombstone, which basically means I'm going to get the tombstone separately, and if that's sent later, then that's going to go through customs, and if they don't mark the price on it properly, I could be paying import taxes on that as well. Is it worth that? Fuck no. It's not. You know what? The head sculpt, it's the eyebrows, it's the expression, it's his little sudden surprise expression. That's the main problem. See that? All it would take is for them to give him slightly more pointed eyebrows and a bit more of a mischievous sort of scowl to the eyebrows, and this wouldn't be half a bad sculpt. It's such a simple thing, but it would definitely make it much better than, you know, make it look like Michael Keaton. But this is just... the price on this, for what it is. I'm a bit peeved that I didn't get the tombstone at the same time and it wasn't all included with the same import tax cost, because that's going to be just a bit more. Especially if UPS are sending it, because then they smack a little charge on top themselves. Anyway, that's just the first look at him. As you can see, there's the legs. They bend okay. Like, I like them boots. I don't think Sideshow are too bad with them boots, to be honest. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to set him up on the stand a little bit and just have a couple of poses with him. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've got him in a very, well, a simple pose with the supposedly exclusive hand. He's got the nail file there. He's doing his nails, because that's a very Beetlejuice thing to do. I find in the tie a little bit difficult. Might have to futz with that a little bit. There's little diamantes on there of some kind. Don't know if they're actually diamantes or whatever they are. But there he is in all his glory. I'll pull him back a little bit so you can see him. See, this is just a quick unboxing, just to have a quick look at him and see what you're not missing. Again, I do like those boots. They're really nice. Sculpt is good. Like I said, I'm not too fussed. If the head sculpt was, if the eyebrow expression was different, I think we could work with this. You know, this isn't such a bad thing, but it's very difficult to, like, he keeps lunging forward a little bit because his hair pushes his head back on the back. If you look, it's digging right into the suit there. And his head starts to tip forward a little bit with the body. So he's always sort of looking down. And what you want is you want him looking sort of upwards. Because otherwise you're just looking down at the floor. But I don't know, I'm super pissed about the headstone not coming. I asked, this got delivered to my neighbour, and I asked him, I said, is there another box? Because this one felt really small. And he said, nope, that's the only one, and I trust him. He's a genuine guy, so I totally believe him. I only got this package. So I don't know where the hell the tombstone is or when that's coming out. But I promise you, they start fucking charging me for that as well, then this figure will not be even worth the price. It's still not worth the price for what we paid for it, or what I paid for it. And I think a lot of people are going to be sending this back, to be honest. The head sculpt has stayed the same since prototype, and everyone's been arguing with them, but they didn't bother listening. But the paint application on this head sculpt is not so bad. It's got slight whitening to it, but you can still see the skin underneath, which is really well done. He's got the all the, I don't even know what that is. He's got growing on him, mould, moss, some sort of thing. He's got all that on him. You can see it's still on the neck, because that's what I was worried about as well. They just give you a basic generic neck, but it does have it on the neck going down as well. I don't know, it doesn't seem as fat, the face, to me, as it did before. I think maybe the cheekbones are showing out a little bit more in this figure. There's a little fatter though around here, I suppose. But that's Beetlejuice unboxed. If you guys want to know anything else, just drop me a message. I'll try and help you out. Don't see why they couldn't have done purrs on this guy, at least, because the look downwards sort of... Where the fuck is he looking? He's just like, he's realised he left the gas on at home. He's like, oh fuck. Yeah, but that's the unboxing anyway, guys. Yeah, thanks for that. I'm still not deliberating whether I send him back or not, or if he'll grow on me. Probably not. You know, if I could get another head sculpt, maybe someone can get a copy of the Sideshow one and just doctor the eyebrows so they're a little better. Maybe we've got a figure going on. But at the moment, he does... I'm going to need to do some futzing. Suits are very difficult in 1/6 scale, especially the collars, because they get really thick and they don't fit very well. You can see it on a lot of people's figures. Give me a second. Let's get this up, because I've got Keaton's Batman from Hot Toys. Let's just get him out, come on. Let's go for this, yeah? Let's get Keaton's Batman out of my D12. Or the 12, or whatever the fuck you say it. Let's do a comparison. Suit wise. I mean, obviously Beetlejuice is going to look more dishevelled. He's meant to look more dishevelled. Whereas Keaton's Batman is supposed to look more class. Let's compare them together. Sorry about this. It's weird doing this with the camera lens. I'm trying to keep my head out of there as well. See that? See, even the Keaton Batman from the 2 set from Batman Returns isn't a bang-on likeness. Let's do a sideways comparison. I think the nose is better maybe on the Keaton, on the Beetlejuice. See that? Apologies if I'm not getting this right. I'm still learning how to use this camera. I'm gonna go for the most, babe. I'm Batman. See that? But as you can see, sort of suit wise, let's put them back on the stand or near the stand together. There we go. Similar height really. I think Beetlejuice is a tad millimetre or two shorter. What do you guys think when they're standing next to each other? Because everyone was saying how good the Keaton Batman was. So the butchers. I'll get this off and we'll get a closer look. We'll go full on Gonzo, shall we? Let's do this. Excuse the shaky cam. I'm going to try and do this as best I can without shaking. Forgive the mess in my room as well, you're probably going to see some, but let's concentrate on the look there. Because there is some really strong likeness in this sculpt. Let's get really zoomed in there, shall we? There is some real likeness in that sculpt. And the eyebrows are a little bit more pointy than I thought they would be. I think in a lot of the photos the makeup hides them. So they're slightly more pointier. But look at that. Look at them eyebrows. That's him. Just a bit more pointy near the end there, you know? And this guy's just like, what the fuck? Seriously. Them boots are nice though. And I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think the suit is as bad first made out to be. It's going to need some futzing. I reckon I could get that collar down a little bit more with a bit of work. But it's that eyebrows. It's the eyebrows. That's all it is. Look, that's not even like when you look to the side and I showed you the noses. That's not Keaton from the side on that Batman. But if you do that, Keaton. If you do that, fucking drag queen. Batman. RuPaul. Batman. RuPaul. But yeah. Okay guys, that was just a quick unboxing. Like I said, I keep saying it's quick, but it's not going to be that quick, is it? Let's be honest. But I thought I'd get him out and have a look. Because I haven't seen many videos of him yet on the forums or anything. So I'm going to share this. Remember, that's the standard. It does have Beetlejuice written on it. I'll try and get the light on it so you can see Beetlejuice there, the logo. But it's very light. I mean, it's not even worth it. And I'm very pissed I haven't got the tombstone. I'm going to have to start asking where the fuck's my tombstone, because they haven't even said, oh, by the way, this is coming separate, or this isn't released yet. They just said, oh, your figure's on the way. And I was like, great, the whole thing's on the way. Fantastic. But now I'm going to have to pay probably import taxes on the tombstone separately. And was it worth the money I already paid for it? No. No way. I mean, it was on the higher end. For a low high end, some people would even say mid-end figure. Nice one, Sideshow. But there is some bonus, there is some pluses to it. That's what I can say. It's not all bad, guys. It's really not all bad. But if we can just get somebody to do something with their eyebrows, maybe do a resculpt, sell it on 16kit.com. I'll be one of the first to buy it. And stick it on this, and then we got a bit of a figure going on. But yeah, maybe I'll give a review, because I do a show called 16 Cave, and I'll probably do a review in there. Okay guys? But I'm not a reviewer as such. I'm not good enough. So you might want to wait for real reviewers to get this figure and have a go at it. But for the moment, that's Beetlejuice in whatever form he takes. But I can't do a tombstone. Cheers guys. Bye.